Hello, welcome to Day One Patch, episode 43. I'm Ryan Johnson. This is going to be our final show of the year, and we'll be joining you back sometime in the new year. I'm going to apologize for my voice right now, and I may be coughing throughout the show. I'll try to minimize that as much as I can. I'm a little bit sick. But with me today for our final show of the year, I have Aaron Gallagher.
Hello.
I think it's been a while since you've been back on the show.
Yep.
Matt
Busy.
Lawrence.
Hello.
Marty Isaacs.
Hello.
Adriano Petti.
Hello.
We're all here.
Even Adriano's here.
Even Adriano's here. And he has a game for us finally.
Oh,
Last
shit.
few times he's been on has been
DLC
nothing.
pack.
Not even apps. He didn't play anything. So we're all excited to hear what that is. But let's start with Aaron. What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing anything really new lately. I'm basically just trying to wait till I can get my hands on a PS4, and then I'll stock up on the new games. So
All 6 of them.
Are you finding it hard to invest in your last generation console because you want to get a new one?
Yeah, I would say so. Like,
Yeah.
there's some games that like maybe I would have like asked for Christmas or like picked up on my own, like like Assassin's Creed or whatever.
Yeah.
But like at this point, I don't feel like upgrading later on. I'd rather just get it when I can get the best console for it.
So what games are you most interested in for the next gen?
Like, are we talking like coming out in the future or just what's out now?
What's out now? Because once you get your PS4, like what are you going to be playing on it?
There's not a lot out right now, but I'd probably think I'd pick up like at least Assassin's Creed and then maybe like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Any interest in Killzone or no? You've never played the other ones, right?
No, I've never played the other ones, which is why I don't really have an interest for them. I mean, like
It is
might
the
be-
best looking game on that console right now,
Okay.
I think. But if
Because
you
it's
don't,
like,
if you
I
don't
mean,
care,
like that's like an exclusive for
Yeah.
PS4, right?
Yeah.
So like all the other games are being made for both gens, which kind of made.
so they're kind of like ports, kind of
Yeah.
porting it up. Okay, Matt.
I've been playing Dead Rising, of course. Mostly free roaming in that. I've almost done it. Like I have 2 more chapters left. But I'm running out of time because I've
No,
been screwing
explain the
around too
time
much.
thing to me because I'm still kind of confused by it.
Okay, so Dead Rising, across all of them, there's been a time limit of some sort. So based on the story, so in the first game, for example, you tell a guy with a helicopter to come pick you up in 3 days, so you have 72 hours. In this one, the city's going to be firebombed in 6 days, and in the second one, I think the military comes and gets you after a certain period, if I remember correctly. So basically, the time continually goes all the time. So it's not a real time 6 days, but it's like game time 6 days. So that time is always actually counting down. It's not like a video game logic where it's like this mission needs to be done quickly, but in actuality, it'll be there until you get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's actually continually going. So you can actually just not do the story and run out of time, and the city will be bombed or whatever. And there's different.
Does the game end at that point?
Yes.
Have you beaten it,
The
or
game. So there's multiple
is
endings.
it over? It's like a game, like you died or something, like kind of deal.
So okay, so my most experience is with the first one, so I'll use that as an example.
Yeah.
So the first game, spoiler alert, you can run through the story, and if you run through the story, then you unlock overtime mode, and then in overtime mode, you go over the 72 hours because the story continues.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first game. I don't know what the other ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And-
remember how the second one ended, but it's been a while. I can't remember.
I think it ended,
Yeah.
and then the military comes in, and like I think it goes overtime too. But then you can also do the thing where the game, without doing any story that like pops up when you're there, you come in on a helicopter and you tell the guy I'll come out in 3 days, so like come back or whatever. So you can play the story where you ignore any of the story events that happen in game when you're there. So you ignore all the characters, you don't care about it, and you just do what you were set out to do, which is take pictures because you're a photographer, basically fight zombies, I guess, and just that sort of thing. And then you can also just do side stuff if you want to. So depending on what you do, there's different endings. So like the helicopter pilot gets bit and blah blah blah. The other, in overtime, the military comes in, you have to fight them, and there's different endings per type of ending. And you always keep your character, you level up.
Okay.
So
Now, one of the features of Dead Rising was the second screen app.
Correct.
Have you done any of that yet?
yes, that's very helpful.
Now, at the E3 presentation, we saw them calling like an airstrike. Have you done that?
No,
No.
I don't know. This I will say is bizarre. I'm on the last chapter or 2, and unless I've missed a mission because like each mission has a certain amount of time you can do it in. Unless I've missed something, or unless it's something at the end of the game and then I unlock it and I like play again and I have it, I can't do that yet.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be in the last chapter and then I get to keep it when I replay. I don't know. But what I use it for is a live map at all times. So I have my iPad there, and I
Okay.
was running around. And then if I'm like, oh crap, I need like an axe, I can ping the map for an axe, and I'll find it.
What are we doing here?
That's a stereotypical thing from the second game. Where every time
No, the first one.
oh, it is the first one. Every time you enter the safe house, one survivor always goes, "What are we doing here?"
What the heck? Because Matt, I bring that up the second screen app because we were on the side of supporting it. Remember?
We were, yes.
So we had to support that second screen
It was-
functionality.
it is really helpful, actually.
Now, Marty, what have you been playing?
Pretty old game, DC Universe Online. Now, a while back, if you listen to this podcast, you know I have terrible internet. And I played a few missions of this game when it first came out. And I stopped playing because a 7 gigabyte update came out for it. And it would have took me more than a day to download.
That's really bad.
And if you stop the download, it starts over. And I didn't know that. So I got halfway, turned off my PS3, and it started over. So I stopped playing for like 2 years.
Reminds me of like what I had when I had
Hasn't been 2 years,
satellite.
has it?
That's a 2-year-old game.
Just pick
But
up
you
the
didn't-
system and bring it somewhere,
Wait,
and then
you-
do the update.
That wasn't 2 years ago when you started playing it, was it?
I think so.
The podcast hasn't been on for 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't.
Shoulder button boys.
This was before?
Yeah,
That's a long time ago.
yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I start playing again because you wanted to play,
Yeah,
and I think because you're playing on your PS4,
that's right.
and so I hooked up my PS3 for. It took 26 or 27 hours to download
Oh my god!
7 gigabytes.
It's about a 20 gig download in the first place, but your update took that long.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I purchased the game, that was like 4 days. I thought my PS3 was just gonna.
It took me like maybe 7 hours.
Yeah.
Did somebody shut the door?
You should become the mascot, like the representative to fight against digital distribution.
But I'm enjoying it. And a few days after playing it, another update came out, and that took 12 hours. But it's not bad. It's extremely clunky. It's almost broken. There's a lot of
For
problems
how old the
with it.
game is, there's a couple glitches that were still in there.
Yeah.
Especially, I had one. We saved Raven. She was like possessed, and we went and saved her. And after I left the building, it said I had to go back in, and you go back in, you come back out, and it says you had to go back in. It was like a stuck in a loop, and you couldn't progress in your actual story missions. So the game was basically useless at that point to me.
Yep.
Thankfully, they released an update the next day and fixed it. But
Yeah,
there's
that's
other
convenient.
glitches that we kind of ran into as well.
And the cutscenes are awful looking. You remember the cutscenes?
Like after you beat the bosses.
Yeah. There's really weird cutscenes.
I remember the cinematic trailers were outstanding.
Yeah,
Those were amazingly
The very
well
first
done.
trailer is amazing, but the cutscenes are weird. You go and fight a villain, you defeat the villain, and then it shows kind of a villain cutscene of what their goal is.
After you beat them.
Like you see them killing like DC heroes in some of these cutscenes after you beat them. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, you beat them, you capture them, and then they're like, I want to take over the world. I want to capture Superman.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bizarre, but it's a decently fun game. If you got a PS4, I guess download it.
It's free.
Not
Free to
much,
play.
not much else to play.
And the cool part is Marty's on his PS3. I'm on my PS4. We're chatting. We got audio chat.
That took a long time to figure out, though.
Yeah, and it still screws up on me.
Groups in that game.
Yeah, that
I don't know
bothers
what
me.
they are.
Well, my only other experience with MMO is SOTOR. Okay, so when you're playing SOTOR, you're in a group. You see each other's missions, and then you can complete the missions as a group. So if you go talk to someone, you both kind of have to talk to that person to activate the cutscene. But the way DC works is everyone just is like free run. You just do whatever you want.
Are you guys sharing experience?
No.
Is
Yeah.
Your, is yes.
I get your
experiences
XP. Yeah,
Is loot share? Is like loot in? Because I know in some games
you have to turn that on.
loot share.
Yeah.
Now, what about loot increase? Like, for example, 2 people in your party, so the chance of finding a rare item's up by like 1% or something.
I'm not sure about that. But
That's a typical MMO thing.
but also like sometimes like me and Marty will have the same mission, right? So we both go out to complete it in a group.
I
Right?
kill 20 guys.
Marty kills 20 guys. He completes his mission. I still have like 5 guys left I have to kill.
The hell?
Even though his kills add to mine, but it doesn't seem like every kill adds to mine. There's something
like-
weird about it.
something
Yeah.
like game
Is
is
it just
not
like
complete.
maybe it's just like missing some of its counters? Like
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's really
I'm
weird.
glad it's free. So I'm certainly glad it's free.
Yeah.
But it's DC, so I play it.
I think if you want to subscribe, it's like $5 a month.
Yeah.
And then you can buy some premium package, which is like $50 or something, like $30 or something like that. Anyway, that all you've been playing, Marty?
Yeah.
Okay. Adriano, what's the big game, the big exciting game you finally got to play after months of no games? What is it? Tell us
Didn't
what
I
it
tell
is.
you what it is
You
already?
told me what it is, but I want you to
So
tell the
stupid.
people.
It's not even a game.
I want you to say it out loud.
Well, because in one of my last classes, my last lectures, I bless you.
Thank you.
Man, peaking our meters. Holy man.
Sorry.
I
Apologize.
started like making a list of all the XBLA titles I wanted to play, like Wolf Among Us, Brothers, The Cave, Mirror of Fate. So then, like, I go home and I download, against what I usually do, I download trials of a couple of them and I try them out. And I'm trying to decide what to play. And what I even did on my shelf was I pulled out all the boxes, all the cases of all the games I'm not done with. So like I have like flat sections and I have games pulled out that just sit there. And like I don't know what the hell to play. So I'm just browsing the Xbox and I see Ubisoft had a sale. It was like Assassin's Creed 3 DLC. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just buy that one. So I bought the first episode. It was on sale for $4.99 and I played that. And that was a terrible mistake because it was not good at all.
How much did you pay for it?
It was on sale for $4.99.
Okay.
So like I barely got through that. It was really shit. But I'm like, well, I started it, so now I want to finish the other 2 episodes. So then this is a day later. So then I go back to the sales site and it's done.
The sale's over?
Yeah, so they went back to
Oh.
$9.99 and $7.99 for the last 2 packs. I'm like, well, then I'm not playing this anymore.
Jeez.
And I literally haven't played anything else since.
So just, no, what was the episode? What was it?
Tyranny of Washington, right?
Yeah, the first one, the Infamy or the Tyranny.
Oh, the Tyranny of Washington.
Whatever the first one's called.
Okay.
Like it's where he's going through with the apple and he's slaughtering people.
Jesus.
But it really wasn't that good. It was really stupid.
That's pretty sad.
That's what I waste my money on.
But you got some more time over the break right now? You gonna get some gameplay?
I
in?
work a lot.
Oh, so
Like
not even.
I'm barely home to begin
Jeez,
with.
man.
I'm gonna try to play. I'm gonna make a purchase. An XBLA purchase. Maybe Castlevania.
Stanley Parable.
There was one other game I forgot to mention I've been playing lately.
Yeah.
And it started off, I was at a friend's house, and we were just looking for like cheesy, fun indie games on the Xbox Marketplace, and we found this game called Mount Your Friends.
Is that what I think it is?
Has anyone seen that?
I've seen that, yes.
It
I've
is
seen
the most hysterical game we've ever played. And basically the concept is you start off with this little avatar and it's like completely ragdoll and the A, X, B, Y buttons all control a different limb, his legs and his arms. And so you will push the button of the limb you want to move and you use the joystick to swing that limb around. And just that alone creates like the goofiest like animations of like walking and moving. But your goal is your first objective is to climb a goat. There's a goat in the middle of the screen and you have to get on top of it. And then if you're playing multiplayer or if you're playing solo, the objective is to climb up this tower that you make and at least get higher than your opponent.
The Tower of People.
It's a tower of
You
people.
keep adding more.
And so if you can't get higher, then you get knocked out or like whatever. But like the art style is so goofy because it's like these cartoony dudes and they're like these super buff cartoon guys wearing these little Speedos and they're like dongs have their own physics. So you're climbing
Some dong physics.
you're climbing your friends and the whole while you're swinging your legs and your arms around and your dong is just spinning in circles, smacking your friends in the face and shit. And like it's the most childish and like ridiculous thing ever. And I'm ashamed that I find it so hysterical.
It is pretty funny.
But it's hysterical. Like it's so funny.
There's your purchase, Adriano.
on
It's $1. It's $1. I promote this game.
on Rev 3, they were trying to get their dongs, as you put it. They were trying to make that the highest point on the the tower.
The worst is when you'd be climbing and you would swing an arm up and it would just like latch onto someone's dong and you'd be like, oh no. And then you would swing your other arm up and it would like grab another dude and you'd be like, oh. Then you'd climb to the top and you'd just squat on someone's head.
Yeah, I've only watched it. I've not played it, but it looks pretty funny. It's kind of like Q-Wop, I guess. In the way you kind of control your character. Oh goodness! All right, we're gonna move on to apps with Marty.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Jeez, man.
I bought the speaking of the Assassin's Creed DLC, I bought the first DLC pack for Black Flag.
So did you get the season pass?
I bought the season pass because with your PS4 purchase they give you $10 in your wallet on the PSN. So it was only $10 more to get the season pass. So I was like, okay, might as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
What?
How did you get your $10? I don't have $10.
If you go into your PS4 box and you go into the manuals bag, it's in there.
Oh, is it
It's like a
code?
fold-out card. It's like a, but it's nice. It's nicer cardboard. It's like that shiny kind of.
Does
Deal.
Xbox One give you money towards
No,
the store? Why?
Do they give you trial for live?
I think I heard something about 15 days, maybe.
You get 30 days on PS4.
That's great.
I think they give you a sticker with the Xbox.
Oh,
I
a
think
sticker.
I think, yeah, I
You
do.
got a sticker,
I do have
yeah.
an Xbox sticker. Yes.
That's good. And then I've been playing DC Universe Online with Marty, and I downloaded the Stanley Parable or whatever it's called.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Cool.
Heard
So-
good stuff about that.
Sorry, going back to the AC4
Yep.
DLC. What so what packs? What's in the season pass?
So the main chunk right now that you get with it is the Freedom Cry DLC. As I was telling you guys earlier, it stars how do you say the name again, Matt? Adewale.
Adewale.
Adewale. You play as Kenway's first mate.
That already sounds more interesting than the Tyranny of Washington.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you basically, excuse me, you're freeing slaves basically, because you were a slave yourself. If you play the Black Flag campaign, he talks about his life and stuff, and he used to be a slave, and so you go and free slaves. And I'm not too in depth into it yet, so I'm not sure what the overall story is, but that's what I'm doing right now.
Sounds
Now,
pretty cool though.
Like,
Yeah.
playing as like the first mate, is he like as agile and like can he do all the same things?
He
like,
becomes well. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I guess it's not really. He becomes an assassin.
okay.
Whoa!
All right.
How
that's
do you
it.
like them apples?
So this takes place after the game, the main story game. I think like 15 years, maybe. I could be wrong.
I think it was 15.
15 years, something like that. But the really cool part, he has different weapons. So he has a machete instead of a sword, and then he has like a giant like blunderbuss or whatever they're called, big old shotgun that you can kill. I killed like 5 guys with one shot.
So how far before the other one? How far before Assassin's Creed 3 does this one take place?
You are
The
Hatham
grandfather of
Kenway's
Hatham.
father.
Oh shoot! Wait, what?
You're Connor's grandfather.
I thought you were the grandfather of Hatham. Am I incorrect?
no, it's the grandfather. Of,
Grandfather of Connor.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple generations.
So then, all right. Cool. Just wondering.
Now how it all works, I don't know how that all works out.
Because
Because he's in the Central Americas, right?
who?
Edward Kenway.
Okay.
But his son, Hatham Kenway, starts off in England, and then
They
comes
do
over
have
to
boats.
America. Yeah, I know, but it's like a huge voyage. Back
Yeah,
then.
that's true. It's kind of like it'd be kind of like for a pirate.
I don't know.
mean,
I wouldn't put it past Pirate Dad to just drop the kid off
Yeah.
in England and be like, "See you, kid."
Or
I'm
find
off
a
to-
ship that's
I'm off
going
to go
back.
loot.
Be like, take him back with you.
But I guess maybe that's possible.
where the Templars take them there.
Oh, maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Heyo.
But no, that how are the ship battles?
In the DLC or just in Assassin's Creed 4
yeah,
in
in the
general?
game itself.
I'd say better.
Cool. And I heard you instead of sending like assassins off to do missions, you send your ships off.
Ships. Yep.
Is that
Correct.
better than the sending
It
assassins
makes
off?
a lot more sense. Yeah.
I know in Assassin's Creed 3, like one of the main ways of making money was to like build all the merchandise and send out caravans.
That was the
stuff.
hardest thing. I never understood that.
I love
No,
doing
I
that. I actually
I
very much
understood
like
it.
doing that.
I understood it, but I found it took so long just to make like money that like it wasn't worth my time. Like I'd be sitting here like navigating, like the menus were slow to begin with, and like
Yeah.
unorganized. Everything was horizontal, which I hate horizontal
Yeah.
lists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it's just so inefficient.
It's true.
No, no,
it's
I
very
get
true.
it.
Like,
get
when
what you're
things are
saying.
like up in like vertical lists, you can see everything. But when it's
That's true.
horizontal, you can see like maybe 2.5 things at a time. It's awful. Which is why I hate Microsoft's
Do you remember
the Xbox.
Remember how easy it was to make money in the older games? You buy a couple shops, and like every 20 minutes
Yeah.
they drop money into your
Yeah.
I
bank.
love that.
That was
Your
fantastic.
bank's full. Be like, I have so much money, I don't even feel like grabbing
So
it.
I'm just gonna buy these paintings. Like,
Yeah.
You can barely make money in this game. It's so hard.
In Black Flag,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Just keep hitting ships over
that's
and over and
the
over
best
again.
way to make the most money. Yeah, even your raids they take like 10 hours. 10 hours real time,
Good.
and
Good.
like they only bring back like 1,700 coins. or
I'm looking
whatever it
forward
is.
to playing the game.
It's fun. A great game. Like it's a lot better than 3.
Yeah. I look forward to playing it in 2016.
Good lord.
Jesus,
So
man.
many other games that I bought, I still haven't
It's gonna
played.
be so nasty.
Man, I really
Batman
gotta beat
Arkham
that Super
Origins,
Mario.
Grand Theft Auto 5, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Still haven't played that.
All right, let's move on to apps with Marty. Here you got a good one, like every week, right?
Yeah, I'm always prepared.
This one sounds pretty good. So take it away, Marty.
All right. My brother actually showed me this one. It's called GeoGuessr. Very simple concept. You're given a Google street image of a random location on Earth, and based on the clues that you see in the image, you have to guess where you are on a map. So you can zoom right down to whatever street you want and guess. And you get your points correlate to how close you are with your guesses. We were playing it tonight. I believe you got within 2 miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adriano got within 2 miles of his location. So the closer you are, the more points you get, and you're given stars. I guess 3 stars for each level, and your stars basically unlock hints for you. That's all the stars do. Of course, with stars, there's some microtransactions. You can buy them if you wish. I do not know how much they are because when I typed on to unlock more levels for this, it immediately went to my password. So I'm thinking you're going to get charged for it without seeing how much it costs.
I can't imagine that.
Usually
it
it comes up, and then you have to hit OK, right?
It is weird that they're asking for your password.
This one popped right up to my password.
No, wait a sec. When it isn't on the App Store, it'll pop with your password. You press OK, and then it says, "Please finalize your purchase," and you press purchase. Is that correct?
That's
No.
not usually how in-app purchases work.
No, it usually shows you, and then you click OK, then it goes to your password.
But if you go back to the App Store and go back to that app's page,
Will it tell
they
me?
have a section at the bottom, in-app purchases.
Oh, okay.
You can go in there and see what it is.
Basically, I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It's a real simple concept. I believe there's like a Flash game that you can play just online. It might even be called the same thing. But it's free. And if you're good at this type of thing, like guessing street names,
It's like almost like mystery solving.
yeah,
Like we were trying to like find clues, and like the image it would give us would be like, this sign is in Spanish, so
Based-
it's
based on
Spanish and
signs.
English, so we're somewhere like Southern America.
I did that with one of them. Like I have this is in Europe somewhere based on the lines on the road.
Yeah.
I kept on just browsing and I saw a single sign in French. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna pin it in France somewhere, and I think it was like 24 miles off.
Wow.
So yeah, GeoGuessr.
Still sounds impossible to me. I wouldn't be smart enough to look
In-app
at stuff.
purchases.
You'd be good at it.
Oh,
Well,
there
you
you
gotta
go.
try.
What is this?
You gotta try it later.
There you go. Unlock standard levels, 99 cents. Unlock standard levels. The next one, 99 cents. Unlock deluxe levels, $1.99. Unlock mega levels, $2.99. 50 stars pack, $1.99. Unlock deluxe level, another one.
What are like the level like deluxe levels? Like is it like a picture of the moon? Like guess where
Which
you are.
moon is it?
How many images are there in the game for free?
I don't know yet. See, I'm nearing the first batch, and then there's this shadowy part. It says unlock these 28 levels. That's weird. Unlock these 28 levels. But I'm curious to when I unlock these two if this page gets unlocked or not,
Oh, I
or
see.
if I have to buy it. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't support microtransactions. But GeoGuessr, free app. If you like your geography, or just I don't know, piecing together clues, then check her out. iOS free.
Okay, thank you, Marty.
Apps with Marty. There we went.
You didn't even do your intro.
Apps with Marty.
I'll go back in time and do it later.
We'll cut it in.
No, it's
we
already
won't.
there. I went back in time and cut it in for you.
Shouldn't I have remembered that?
No,
Clearly, you don't know how time
yeah,
travel
you don't.
works.
You don't get it.
because
Man.
you guys aren't using actual time travel.
It hasn't happened yet.
What
but
hasn't happened?
It
yet?
it already happened.
So I should remember you doing
I'm distracting you while I do it right now.
It's done.
But no, if you do it in the past, my brain should be updating with new
What if there's multiple
information that you
timelines?
did
You
it
went
in
to
the
a different
past.
No, okay.
So now we're in different universes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why you can't
wait,
do that. That's
are
why
you-
that's why you can't change the past.
That's what I'm getting at.
Past time travel is impossible. Only
Yes.
future time travel.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if past time travel is possible, you can't change anything.
It
Whatever
already-
happened happened.
It already happened.
You can't
It's
change
happening right now
So what would happen if Marty went back into the past, came running down those stairs, and tried to change something?
in a ski mask.
He wouldn't be able to. He'd be like
No,
stuck,
because
like-
because we already would have seen it happen before he did it.
So it would have already happened.
Yeah.
We would have already seen Marty come
Yeah.
running in.
I'm so
It would've
confused.
already
Him
been
him
fixed.
going back is the cause to what we have seen before it happened.
Yeah, okay. So you didn't do it, Marty.
I'm gonna do it later when I edit it
In like 10 minutes, Marty's gonna come down the stairs.
Good luck with that. Tell us how it
without
goes.
time travel. I'll just do it.
Oh, you edit it. Okay.
I'll just edit it.
All right, our first story of the week is next Mass Effect is BioWare is calling it fresh but recognizable. So our resident Mass Effect players, what do you guys think about that? You excited for it, or I know you don't really approve of a new Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
You want it just to have a nice closed
Yeah.
universe. But Aaron, what's your take on that?
Is there any word on like what like genre game it is? Like, is
I
it
think
gonna
it's
be
the
like?
same.
It's
Is
like
it-
Dr. Mario.
Like, is it gonna be like heavy, like very like narrative focused, or is it gonna be about like exploration? Like, is it gonna be like a shooter?
I think it's just gonna be Mass Effect with new characters though. A new story,
It's
obviously.
fresh but recognizable.
I don't know if like I would want, like, even though I enjoyed the Mass Effects for what they were, to sort of start a new, like, start off fresh with Mass Effect. Like, I feel like if you want to do a narrative again, it's not gonna compare to what it was before.
It seems kind of useless, what they're doing.
It was
Like-
the trilogy was so far over. Not to use it as a negative, but it was so far over the top and so grand
Yeah,
that anything you try to do in comparison is just going to be.
like unless it does another trilogy, you're not gonna like reach that level of like intrigue
Yeah.
and like the
Yeah.
devotion that people
Yeah,
had.
like the climax of the first trilogy was humanity's survival. Like,
Yeah.
how do you?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you top that as a conflict?
Yeah, but like if it was just like sort of like maybe like a free roam on like a planet or something. Like a-
MMORPG.
I don't know. We're getting a
an
lot of
MMO?
MMOs lately. I don't know if I
But
want
plus-
want more of them.
EA already has SOTOR. Do they really want another sci-fi MMO?
Just think about all the open world planets you could just go launch your buggy on and just go drive around.
Your Mako.
mine,
Mako, yeah.
mine for minerals.
I
and-
didn't mind the Mako. I kind of liked it.
Exploring the planets was kind of boring in the first one because it'd be like,
But it was
No,
scanning.
I know. I loved it. I loved
well,
just,
it was like a good concept and like cruising around was fun. But like you would keep going to these planets that were all just like barren with like one building off in the corner, another building maybe off. in
yeah,
another
I loved
corner.
it. Just
Well,
finding like
I
this
mean-
remote building
But,
that
like-
housed like some criminals, and you go take them out. And like it's such an obscure building on such an obscure planet in this obscure system.
Yeah, like I guess like maybe if they made like something like that, put more like things into the level, more buildings, more like objects, more things like to make the player go check it out. Increase the size by I don't know whatever, and then just have like maybe like 4 or 5 planets in total.
I think you're just going to be a dude. I don't think you're going to be like some like military hero or something like that.
It's gonna be.
I think you're just going to be a dude with a spaceship. You know?
Now, do you
It's
think-
going to be
A drug
little,
dealer.
a little more down to earth
Drug
kind of deal.
it's gonna
Deal,
be.
deal in red sand.
You're gonna be Blasto, the first Hanar Spectre.
Oh, good lord.
I would love that.
It's gonna be a comedy. It's gonna be sitcom at a bar.
Jeez. All right. Well, I'm pretty excited, and from the looks of Dragon Age 3, I'm kind of hoping that Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect game, will look even better than Dragon Age 3 does.
Hopefully they don't make it like a Dragon Age 2.
I didn't like Dragon Age 2.
I don't think anyone
Exactly.
liked Dragon Age 2.
So many repeated like reused assets. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's kind of sad.
It'd be like, this is a new area that looks the same
Did
as the
the-
last 8 I've been to.
Did the first one not do as well that they didn't have enough money to put into a new one, or what? What happened there?
I
Money
don't know.
grab.
Phoned it in.
And then, Aaron, have you seen the like the leaked footage?
I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to watch the full thing. I'd rather wait for like full reveal.
But did you see how good the game looks?
I did. It did see look pretty.
It
nice.
looks
It
fantastic.
looks like
yeah.
Fable.
Hey,
It looks like Fable.
I don't. Speaking of Fable, I don't really like where the new Fable's going.
I haven't looked into it much.
What's the new
Fable
Fable?
Legends?
Was that what it's called?
Wait,
But
there's-
it was like an MMO one.
There's a what? There's a Fable. There's a Fable anniversary coming out.
No, there's
Is
another one for
that
next
just a
gen.
rehash of the beginning of the first one?
It's a completely redo.
But they're coming out with another one for the Xbox One.
I thought it was Fable Legends, which means the same thing. Fable and Legends.
I might get the anniversary one
It looks really good.
because I tried playing the original one on PC,
I
but
thought, yeah.
but like a save game cracked. Like I kept on erasing my file.
Ugh.
Like it kept on rolling back my save to something previous. So I never progressed.
The anniversary includes the original game, lost chapters, and additional content. I think.
Yeah, I think for like the next gen Fable, one of the features they're trying to push is that like it's supposed to be like co-op with like you and like 3 other friends or something, and then there's like a 4th or 5th player who controls the bad guy or like I don't know, just some guy.
Fable always does some crazy crap. It
Yeah,
always
it
does
just-
crazy crap.
And like just that other player controls. They're like a puppet master more or less, and they can like throw enemies and objectives into the path of you and your friends. But there's just so many games are leaning towards like multiplayer and like connectivity that I think a lot of games are just gonna like become dull because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Developers have to realize that there's a single point of failure when you rely on that. People's internet isn't that reliable.
Yeah, like when it comes to RPGs, I don't want to be going at the pace someone else sets for me. I like to take my time in RPG, talk
Yeah.
to the people I want to talk to, do the quests I want to do, wander at my own pace. But when I've got like when it's like comes to co-op and you're playing with 3 other people, everyone wants to go do something different. Someone wants to go sell shit at a shop. Someone wants to go do a quest. Someone wants to
It
just
takes
like
forever to get anywhere.
it's all. And we saw how bad Fable 3 was co-op.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they can improve it. It'd be hard not to.
I wasn't taking
improve
that
it.
game seriously at all, though.
It was, and then once like it was so much worse as like, the partner, as
Yeah.
the sidekick.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to speaking of MMO thingy majiggies. Bungie's Destiny is now have a release date of September 9th, 2014.
Do you think they're gonna hit it?
Did you say September?
Yeah, that's correct.
September 9th, 2014.
Damn.
A long ways
What?
to go.
No, nothing.
But I don't feel like there's that much enthusiasm for this game.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Watch Dogs thing. I'm no longer excited for Watch Dogs. It's
I've
been so long since
I have
they've
a
shown it.
pre-order for it too.
You have a pre-order for it?
Yeah. I
I'm
threw down
excited for it. I
for
want to play
360.
it.
For the 360 version, I threw
Oh.
$5 down.
Ooh.
I canceled my pre-order.
Oh, you
I-
had one.
Wait,
though.
they're coming with a 360 version of Destiny,
Yeah.
even after like a year after next gens are coming.
They
Yeah.
better. I have $5 down on it. I put that down and $5 down on AC4 to get the posters from EB. So
Well,
I have this giant Destiny poster in my room.
If you're interested, the beta kicks off in the summer, and it's available first on the PS3 and PS4. So you can get into that beta if you so choose.
May,
I'll
may
just
I
borrow
make a
your
comment
PS3.
about this beta, or just betas in general?
Good.
Do you find, especially on PC, that everything is early access now? I find that like 90% of the games I play are all betas, or early access, or alpha, or not quite
You
done
know,
yet.
you know what's ridiculous too? Even after you do a beta or an alpha invite kind of deal, the game still comes out broken.
That's what I mean. Like, Battlefield 4 is a prime example. Beta ran flawlessly, no problems, blah 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 blah, no networking problems even. Game comes out, lol, just dead.
It's so weird. Yeah.
I don't understand what the heck's going on.
Yeah, but they can't get every single fix in time.
No, but like with Battlefield 4, for example, like Battlefield 4 right now, or I don't know like right this exact moment, but at least last week it was like broken. Like it's
I've
bad.
heard a lot of bad stuff.
Like
about
it
Battlefield
stutters
4.
on my PC. It doesn't pick up the graphics card. It just starts like hiccuping and blah blah blah.
They like launched like an investigation into the
Someone
EA or
filed an
something.
official complaint. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause, like-
Dice is frozen. They can only work on Battlefield 4.
Yeah, they're like accusing EA of releasing unfinished games
But they did, obviously.
for
you know?
profit or something.
It was like something to do with false advertisement.
Yeah.
Oh, Battlefield Premium. People are demanding refunds on Battlefield Premium, and some rumored, but some of them apparently are getting their refund, but they're keeping their premium status.
Does EA know they can't screw up anymore? They're voted the worst company in the world twice in a row.
But it
does-
doesn't mean anything.
Does
No,
EA
but
also,
people
I
are
feel like
saying
over the last year, I
there's
think they've been
something wrong
doing
with them.
things to improve their reputation, like such as like removing like the online passes. I think they
Offering
did.
Yeah.
refunds.
They did like the big humble bundle, which a lot of people like enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're getting better, but like they haven't like saved themselves.
But there's
yet.
things like SimCity, which was a disaster, and
well-
then Battlefield's a disaster.
well, the other Battlefield 1943 was a disaster too. You couldn't play it for 2 weeks.
but that's because everyone was trying to get in.
But at the same time, though,
The game wasn't broken though, right?
to me that's broken.
It is, but we've had discussions about this before about not
Yeah.
having enough servers to facilitate how many people you have rushing. in.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's
Rockstar
one thing
had
to
a lot
have
of
lag,
problem
but
with
it's
it.
another thing not to be able to play at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But in this case,
But that was
like,
the only online game.
that's true. Well, Battlefield 4, like it's pretty much.
Yeah, the multiplayer is on top of the campaign
Yeah, I
in the
know,
menu.
it's to the point where I won't even play it.
Now, this is a perfect transition into a company that apparently likes to take time and refine their games. Ubisoft, they've given a reason why they delay so many games, and why they delayed Watch Dogs in particular, because everyone was so excited for that. We could have been playing that on our next-gen consoles. It would have been a perfect thing, right?
Exactly.
Brand new IP would be great on a next-gen console. But they saying that some games you just can't make them much better because of how they've been progressing. And part of the decision to delay Watch Dogs is also that we know it's not where we want it to be, and can we get it there? What will it take to get there? And that's why it takes a longer process. So they really want to make sure that their games are up to their own standards before they actually release them to the public.
That's good.
It's kind of
I mean, it at
weird.
least sounds good.
They
But it's also worrisome that their game isn't good.
well, they
Watch
released,
Dogs.
they released the statement way too late.
I mean, Ubisoft has released, fairly decent games before, especially like free roam. You got like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and stuff.
Zombie U.
And there's never been really issues with those games, like game-breaking issues, right?
Yeah, I don't think Ubisoft has much of a reputation for releasing completely broken games that I can think of.
I think Ubisoft is one of my favorite publishers right now.
They definitely got a lot going for them.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot of their games too. They're dishing out some pretty good stuff. And the new IPs, they killed it the last two E3s with the Watch Dogs 2 years ago, and then last year was the Division, which I'm super excited for. Probably my most anticipated game of next generation.
Yeah, that's like one of the only like MMOs that I'm kind of looking forward to playing.
Yeah.
Like shooters, I feel work fine for MMOs. Probably be like an RPG shooter, I guess. But
Yeah.
Well, the term MMO is kind of used loosely now. Like MMO before, it used to be like World of Warcraft kind of definition, right? Where now it's like it's just a big open world
I guess you can't really call it massive anymore. It's more just
online game,
medium.
if you will. Yeah.
still an MMO then.
Yeah, it's still an MMO.
Medium multiplayer online game.
All right, and also speaking of Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed, possibly 2 games will be coming in 2014. So if you don't already have Assassin's Creed fatigue, get ready for 2 games.
I have that, and I don't even play them.
Just hearing about it, right?
Yeah, just so much AC news.
So I guess they were planning a massive rescope. Now this is just a rumor, and it was reported by Examiner that their next gen titles are going to be completely different. I guess.
Now, when they say 2 games a year, are they talking 2 full games, or is one going to be like a little spin-off?
I'm a little
Yeah,
confused.
like
by
are they
this.
console games? Like is one gonna be like a little mobile?
I don't think
game?
it's 2 games a year. I think it's just 2 games for this upcoming year.
Well, this is kind of weird because it
Oh,
says
okay. I thought
one
this was
title
like a-
planned as an exclusive to last gen, and the other for Xbox One and PS4.
It sounds like a Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 scenario. No one knows that?
Yeah, I do, but they're both full
Enlighten
games
me.
though.
What's that?
They're both full games.
No, that's what I mean. Isn't this supposed to be
So-
one full game each, like separate?
But why do that? Why not?
I think it's just because they're trying to promote the fact that last gen is still being supported.
They probably made more money off their last gen sales of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, probably.
Probably made a lot more money. Although, I don't know, because if you look at like EB Games and like Walmart and Target and Best Buy and all those places, they're all putting huge sales on their last gen games.
I think it's shelf space.
They're trying to get rid of them and they don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a Ground Zeroes Phantom Pain type of situation, where one's kind of like a prelude to the other.
But to have it on a different generation of console?
Well, it wouldn't have to be mandatorily played, right? If it's a
it
prelude.
doesn't have to be played.
Like you get the full story if you don't, but I mean if you want a little extra, do it up.
Yeah, okay. Now the Wii U is actually not looking like such a bad console anymore. Game wise.
If I had the money,
Game wise.
I'd rather buy a Wii U
U.
right now than the
Yeah.
other 2 consoles.
Excuse me.
Now,
What
the
are you
Wii-
playing right now?
I'm playing.
What's going to come out in the next couple of months for your Xbox One?
Absolutely nothing.
Infamous.
What
for
is- yeah, like-
PS4. I'm excited for that.
PS4, yeah.
Nothing that I will buy.
Yeah, like what is like the next like few games to come out for next gen consoles? Like what is in the near future for us?
I bought Xbox One for zombies.
Infamous?
But like what else? Like what comes after the
Drive Club?
I just want Watch Dogs.
The delay of
Oh,
Watch Dogs
Watch Dogs.
really delayed it.
Watch Dogs.
The
That's
order? When
not
does the
till,
order
like,
come out?
2014.
June.
Sometime. Is that June?
I thought they said April. I think it's June now.
What about Ground Zeroes? When's that out?
Soon.
What the heck is that? What is that?
I'm excited for that. Holy crap. I'm excited.
MGS.
Oh, I'm not buying that.
You
look-
should have you played like Peace Walker?
I played Peace Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which ones haven't you played? I know you haven't played all of them.
I
You haven't played 1 and 2, right?
I haven't played 1 or 2 yet.
You should play those.
Those are the only ones I haven't played. Because after playing 4 was the one I started with, miraculously. Okay. 4 I started with. I'm like, man, I love this series. I want to play them all. So I went back to 1. What's this? I can't crawl while I'm prone? Screw this game. And I was done.
It takes a bit of patience getting used to the old retro control layout.
And I really can't do that.
Like, yeah,
But 3 is like one of my favorite games of all time.
I know when I bought like the HD collection, which was Metal Gear 2 and 3, I had to adopt like the old PlayStation 2 controls.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice if they had updated like the button configuration and the layout to more closely map what we're familiar with in this generation, but they didn't. So I had to get used to holding like R2 to go first person, L1 to pull out my gun, pushing X to shoot the gun, and if I want to lean around a corner, I got to pull R1 at the same time and move to the right to lean over to the right. I'd be pushing like 5 buttons to shoot a guy around the corner.
Do you remember that rumor maybe a couple months back that they're going to do a completely remake of the first game?
I heard that.
And Hideo Kojima kind of shot it down.
I heard Kojima say.
Don't trust that guy.
I feel like he's got stuff up his sleeve.
Don't believe what he says at all.
But I think he said there's no plans yet. But if a studio were to approach them and say we can do this, he would like support them.
And they were going to use the new Fox engine, which looks fantastic. So then I would go back and play that one.
But I doubt that would like even come out until like at least Ground Zeroes and.
Or you could grab the GameCube and play Twin Snakes. You know,
I've been looking for a copy of that.
Instructors worked on that game.
Oh, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
My environment, because I'm in. To anyone who's listening, I'm in game development, and my environment teacher actually had told me he had, when he was working on Twin Snakes, he got a chance to meet and hang out with Hideo Kojima.
Oh wow, jeez. So what, did he go over to Japan, or was Hideo Kojima over here?
I think they came over here to check on like the progress of how the game was coming along.
Were they working on like a Western version of it or something? Or I imagine the game was developed in Japan.
Twin Snakes, I think, was developed entirely in the West.
Oh, because it was just a remake.
Yeah,
it
it was a
wasn't
remake.
actually.
It wasn't like a new game.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. All right, speaking of the Wii U, like I was before, we got a little sidetracked. They had their Nintendo Direct. They announced a few kind of cool games and stuff coming out. No, not the Zelda game you wanted, but Zelda and Dynasty Warriors combined to create Hyrule Warriors.
There you go.
Not the final name, they said.
Not the final name, because that's a pretty bad name. Man, but you like the...
I love Dynasty Warriors. It's so good.
So combined with Zelda, I mean...
Maybe.
Now, because I don't have any Nintendo systems or plan to get any, I don't usually follow what Nintendo does. So what is Hyrule Warriors? What kind of game is it?
Dynasty Warriors. You know Dynasty Warriors.
It's Dynasty Warriors with a Zelda skin.
Now is Dynasty Warriors is it like a hack and slash
It's a hack
game?
and slash, yeah.
I thought you and I played Samurai Warriors, no?
I don't think
You just
so.
get hordes of enemies coming at you.
Yeah. And you just go and do battles. So like, I'll give a breakdown. So you like go in the battle and like there's an objective where it's like you have to attack the enemy main camp, but as you go through the battle, it'll be like this officer's in trouble and like that's your leader. You can't let him die. So it's a free roam map, and you have to go and kill people. And the AI is stupid.
It's really easy to kill people, but there's like hordes of them.
Because back in the day, the Dynasty like warriors that's what they're actually called. The big officers were seen as gods essentially. So you play like that. You just kill everything.
Okay.
It's fun, but it doesn't interest me very much. So.
And this is not the Zelda game we want.
No. And then what else did they announce? Yoshi's. Is it Yoshi's New Island or is it New Yoshi's Island? I think it's Yoshi's New Island.
New Yoshi's Island 3D Wii U.
I'm so excited for that because I played
New Island.
I played the Game Boy Advance Yoshi's Island.
Great game.
Must have beat it like 10 times. It's so good. So I'm excited for that. And then Mario Kart 8 was it?
Yep. Yoshi's Island. Oh no, that's not it. Never mind. Keep going. Do your little show.
Anyway, that's one just I wanted to bring up as well.
In Dr. Luigi. It's the year of Luigi
I
still.
saw a screenshot of that.
It's just Dr. Mario. I think they realized that they didn't have enough content to fill out the year of Luigi. So they just reskinned Dr. Mario for Dr. Luigi.
That's essentially what they did for New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
With the Luigi one.
He jumps higher.
And they're rolling Year of Luigi into 2014.
Oh shit, this guy's having a couple years. Decade of Luigi.
It's so sad. And then again, speaking of the Wii U, PlayStation Executive. This came right from was it Shuhei Yoshida? Came right from him. He said that the Wii U is just getting started, and he claimed that he has 2, I think, Wii U's himself.
There you go.
Does he like wasting money?
He probably has a bunch of money.
Yeah, he probably has a lot of it to waste.
And like I think some of the points he brought up were that it's fun to play in groups and party situations and to play with your kids and stuff. And I think Nintendo they're still that company that you kind of
If you want multiplayer, you go.
Yeah, like I feel
You
like as a
love.
kid, like if like say I had like an older brother or something, Nintendo would be the console I'd want to play with.
Yeah.
With like a sibling growing up.
Well, I remember when my brother and I were younger, we would always watch my older brother Mike play the original NES, like whether it's Castlevania or Super Mario Bros. 3 or something like that. But I just remember sitting down in front of his TV while the cord ran from the system to his bed while he would
Like
watch him play.
there's just not many like games on like the Xbox and PlayStations that like, you can just sit down with someone on your couch and just play them together.
Yeah.
Like everything, it's like
AAA title.
like only like online.
16-hour campaigns.
My 8-year-old cousin, that's all she wants to play is Mario.
Yeah.
And every time she comes over, she's like, "Can we go play Mario?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine. I'll hook up my Wii U."
We even played a bunch of Wii U this weekend.
Yeah, it's great. It's great in a group setting.
Yeah.
But just when you're alone, I don't have any desire to play it.
Playing with your Wii alone.
Like I bought, yeah, I bought new Super Mario World 3D Magic blow up thing. I forget what it's called.
Luigi U.
Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play that by myself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. But anyway,
You should buy Zombie U. It's only $14.99.
I'll wait till price goes down. I'm not a big fan of zombie games. I don't like being scared,
It's a
man.
survival horror game.
No, I don't
I
like
was
being
scared.
scared.
Scared constantly.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you start Dead Space?
I didn't finish it. That's freaking scary, man.
Are you gonna finish it?
did you not start with somebody like playing with some?
3. I played it with Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys played 3. and
We
you
haven't
started,
finished 3 yet. We started it and got maybe almost to the
I think
end.
we're almost done. Yeah.
But then I don't know. We both kind of.
and you started the first one. You didn't finish it.
I got terrified, man. I'm at this part. Okay,
I'm not scared at all by that
Fuck,
game.
guy.
the one guy's downstairs like fixing the engines or something, and like this giant monster came out and destroyed me, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't take it.
do you want me to sit down beside you while
No, it's
you
not.
play?
It's not like I'm afraid of like the game. It's just like there's monsters and I'm sweating, and it's a physical
Oh,
strain on me
man.
to play that game.
Yeah, one of the things I find that Dead Space does well is most games when there's an enemy anywhere in the environment, it'll give you a musical cue that there's an enemy there and you should fight it. Even if you can't see it, that musical cue makes you know there's something there. In Dead Space, it does not do that. So you're like, okay, all the enemies are dead. The music goes quiet, and then you just see, because it's third person, you see this like monster lumbering towards you from behind. You're like, oh god
Yeah.
damn, and then you gotta turn around. You start
And
another
your guns
fight
are
again.
so slow, and you run out of ammo so quickly.
That's
so
the whole
slow.
point.
And you're just like,
every room, every monster is a fight for a life. You could go in with like full ammo, health, be in the best situation. No, you have just as equal chance of dying in that
Yeah.
room.
And
And that's
then
what I love about
You
it.
clear a room and you come back to it, and there's more dudes.
That
there.
is amazing.
It's like, come on.
So the first 2 are really good games.
It's pretty
There's
scary.
one part where you're in like this room and the lights go off, and it's like flashing, and like the orange like emergency lights are like going off, and they start breaking into the thing, and I'm like, no! it was a pain. Like,
The most afraid I got in that game was in the first one, and I walked outside. I'm just in space. There's no sound in space,
Yeah.
and I'm just walking, and I just instinctively turn around, and there's a guy running at me. I'm like, oh my crap! No sound, and I was still
I
terrified.
think I know what part you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're like walking on the thing, right? Yeah, yeah. That's exactly.
The only part that really got me was going back. Spoiler alert. What's the name of the ship? The
Ishimura?
Ishimura. In the second one, you go back to the Ishimura for one of the chapters.
Yeah.
But it's it's abandoned.
Yeah,
So
they were
everything's
trying to, like,
stripped
clean
out.
it
So
out
just
and
like the
shit.
frame of the ship is still there, and it's just like one of the creepiest environments because you remember what happened.
You're like, oh, it's like I remember.
yeah, I
this
remember.
room.
I remember being here in the first one.
I remember exactly what
And
happened.
then you get to the one. You probably know what I'm talking about. The one hallway,
Is it the really long one?
the really long one.
It used to be like a tram.
Yeah, it used to be
tram.
tram rail, and you start walking, you get fucked.
Ugh.
Like for me, I was at such a low point. I had to plan it out. Like every bullet had to count, and I had no med packs. What would happen is, if I there's one guy came at me. If I right after my save, after I loaded my save, if I killed him properly, he would drop a med pack, and I needed that to survive the rest of it.
It gets to a point where you're just like using your stasis or whatever to pick the limbs off of some and then throw them at the others.
Yeah, so I would do that, but the problem is though, if he killed me and I failed, it would restart me at the beginning of the room. That med pack would be like exempt, like he wouldn't drop it anymore.
Oh.
So then I would have to reload the last checkpoint every single
damn.
time. And like I had to like just practice and practice and practice and time out everything. But like I barely got to the end of that tram.
Like the first one, I could only play for like 20 minutes, and then I had to take a break.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Oh my
I
god.
can't do
I
it.
really enjoy scary games.
I can't do it.
I
All right.
forced myself.
Yeah. Fallout 4, that website, it was a hoax.
Survivor 2299.
I never thought it was going to be real, but I was always hoping. But then I guess a new report came out that the next Fallout game was going to be set in Boston. I think you said that before, right, Matt?
That was like part of what was on that site. Too.
There was like a rumor a long time ago. I remember reading an article that initially had said that Bethesda had sent people out to scope out Boston and that they were like taking pictures
That's
and
right.
stuff. And then people were like, maybe this will be Fallout. And then, of course, like a year or two later, I don't know how long it's been now, there was that leaked document, suggesting that.
Now, where were the other games taking place?
One was-
Obviously, New Vegas was in Vegas.
And then the other one was the capital,
DC.
like Washington.
And then what were the other ones in? Do you remember?
The like isometric old ones, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they just always choose like big American cities?
I don't think so, actually. I know that the first one I have it. I played maybe the first like 30 minutes, so it's really old, right? But it was all just random cities. Like it was like made up cities that like people had like just kind of created with junk and stuff. Like one was literally called Junktown,
Like sort of like Megaton
if you will, yeah.
or Rivet City.
Because like based off the DC thing, the Boston one kind of makes sense. It's the kind of whole America big. You know,
I guess.
So
I believe that's where I don't know if Aaron remember this. Do you remember Canterbury Commons?
I remember the name.
Canterbury Commons is like where it's like the trading like infrastructure. It's like a really big place where all the traders go.
Okay.
Well, there's like rumor there. They're always saying that it's like I think it's like another place called the Commons or
Was it
something
like the
like
Commonwealth? I remember
the Commonwealth. That's it. Yeah, I believe the Commonwealth is there. So that's gonna be like a big thing. Probably it'll be like a big trading thing. So it'll be, that region will be rich. I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a nice like clean zone. I mean, one of my biggest pet peeves about all the games is like it's been okay. I can understand there's rubble and a mess everywhere, and wherever you're gonna live isn't gonna be the cleanest. But there's no reason you can't sweep your floor. Like you're living in this town. It's been like settled for years, and there's just trash everywhere. Just sweep that shit up.
There was a
throw
nuke
it
in the middle of
ocean.
Megaton.
You gonna make a broom, Aaron?
If I was living in like Rivet City or Megaton, I'd be like, you know what? I'll sweep the floors.
There was a lady that used to sweep the floors.
Didn't do a very good job.
No, she was useless. I think I shot her.
She probably just one animation in a corner of the room.
also, why can't they build good-looking houses? Why can't they just rebuild? What's stopping them from all the carpenters?
Yeah,
died?
like they could chop down. Like there's a lot of dead trees. They can chop those down.
I think ultimately the thing is for one thing it's because it's Fallout, but
Yeah,
for
they
another
want to keep a theme going, but
another thing is like you can't really rebuild too well because raiders are going to keep hitting you. You're going to start rebuilding. You're going to become wealthy. Well, raiders are
Well,
going
no,
to
you build your militia to fend off the raiders.
But raiders are trained. Raiders are going to run in there.
look at
burn
Tenpenny
down
Tower.
your
That
town,
place is super
burn
ritzy.
down your place and
There
kill
you
it.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like New Vegas itself.
but
that whole
Tenpenny Tower is kind of a representation of almost like a New Vegas in that game.
But like even the buildings in New Vegas had dirty floors. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be super well protected. They
Well,
had,
considering the
robots and
textures
stuff.
were
The
freaking
damn
terrible in
dirty
that game.
floors. All right. The Xbox One, as we all know, shipped with a 500 gig hard drive. Irreplaceable. Like, is that the right word? Unreplaceable?
Not
No,
not
it's not
replaceable.
replaceable.
It's not replaceable.
Not
Non-replaceable.
You can't replace the hard drive in the new Xbox One.
good
But
stuff.
apparently, if you max it out, if you install all the games and stuff that you can, it maxes out at about 362 gigabytes.
There you go.
So you don't even get that full 500. You're basically getting a 360 gig hard drive.
That's what we're talking about.
No, like I feel like that's like a major issue when every game nowadays makes you install. Like, what's like the average install size for a game?
Assassin's Creed was like 20. Killzone was like 40 something.
I think NBA 14 was the biggest one, and it was 40.
Oof.
40 to
like
50.
you could, like any like actual
Lego
like
Marvel.
serious gamer is not going to have enough room on there. They're constantly going to be clearing their space.
Yeah, Lego Marvel was like 5. They know what they're doing.
That is a
Nice.
fantastic game too.
Yeah.
Can't recommend
I
that enough.
imagine the textures and stuff aren't going to take up a lot of space on that.
Hey, those Lego bricks look great.
So a quarter of the hard drive is actually filled before you've even installed anything with just crap, I guess. Like the 3 OSs you have to install on that thing.
Yep. There it
Um,
is.
And so this IGN did this, and they installed 20 games. Now this also included save files, apps, and game DVR clips, but those file sizes would be pretty small compared to the actual install,
Game DVR clips would be big though.
depending on how much they had.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and you can only do 5 minutes at a time on the Xbox One. So
I don't even know how to use that feature.
You couldn't even find the games marketplace on the Xbox 360.
That's correct.
We'd be sitting in party chat. He'd be like, Aaron, where's the game marketplace?
Every
there,
update.
okay, there are tabs. That one says games. Start the
Yeah,
search
I went there, and then I went to search, and I was looking for Call of Duty or something. I typed in C, and Call of Duty is not under the C's. Thank you. Like, it's useless.
that's why you want the voice command, so you can just say go to marketplace.
Correct.
Honestly, for 360, I just search everything. I literally just go to the Bing search.
Yeah,
and just punch it in.
I
Bang
say
it.
that too.
You
I'm
gotta
like,
It is surprisingly reliable.
Yep.
Like I just
I
type
mean,
in
probably
certain
'cause, like,
keywords and it gives me what I want.
Their database isn't as large as like
Yeah.
the entire internet.
Yeah.
So whatever do they have in their database,
An
it's
Xbox-
like their
an Xbox
games
One
and their
does it.
movies and then their music.
Xbox One, it does the internet too, though, I think. So I'll be like, Xbox Bing Dead Rising. It'll pull up Dead Rising in the store, Dead Rising DLC or whatever, anything Dead Rising or Dead Rising music if there was, and then like Dead Rising Bing on the internet.
Bing.
Bing this.
Go Bing.
You know, remember that commercial, the Bing challenge? Like go to bingchallenge.com
Yeah,
or something, or
Google one,
bing.com/challenge. You go to it and it's the Bing page. It's just there's no challenge there.
Oh, I did a challenge. There was on mine. It opened up like a flash thing. It was like an overlay, and it was like type in a common, or I forget whether they gave me a search or I had a search, and it was like type in something, whatever.
Well, they
So-
can't give you a search. That's no fair.
So no, but
The
well, so
commercial, they give the people the choice to search.
I think I typed it in, so it would be like type something. So I like typed in like Call of Duty or something, and it was like, which one do you like better? And I was like, well, that one looks like Google, so I'll select that.
Looks like
It seems pretty ridiculous for big searches like that. You're gonna get the same results on the top anyway.
Although I did choose two wrong. I thought two of them were Google, and they were ended up being Bing.
Oh,
2 out of how many?
I think it was 10.
All right, so
That's
2
not-
out of 10 searches.
not bad.
all right. Our second to last story. Sony they said we're more committed to new IP than any other publisher. They said that the creation of new IP is critically important to their ecosystem. I'm in
with
support of that. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The beginning of a generation always a great time to put out IPs.
Yeah. Well, it was just like last generation. The year after they launched, we had such a great year of new games and stuff.
2007,
Yeah. Right.
BioShock,
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Resistance Gears.
Good
I
Assassin's
think
Creed.
Assassin's Creed was late 2006.
The first one.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 was 2007, so we had a good Assassin's Creed.
BioShock. Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen this year. Just wait a year from now. Just like the Wii U.
2007 was an amazing year.
A Wii U, a year later, they got good games. So
But it's their game selection is still pretty bad.
it's because they don't support third party, really.
What the frick?
Did anyone buy Assassin's Creed on the Wii U? I don't think so.
Maybe.
I'm sure some poor.
We'll
I don't know,
interview
that
them next
Miiverse, that
podcast.
Miiverse thing on launch day had some people standing around there.
Couple me's,
A few memes there.
and then the Call of Duty franchise.
There was
on the
quite a bit
Wii
in
U.
Call of Duty actually, though, in the Miiverse. It's surprising.
I still want to try it on the gamepad. It'll still look pretty cool. Anyway, and our last story is PS4 owners more satisfied than Xbox One owners. This is a poll by GameSpot that found this out. Matt, you disagree?
I disagree because I'm a Microsoft fanboy, number one. But I will say
Who
that
owns an iPad?
moving on. I will say this though. I recommend this. If people ask me which one's better, I say if you're just after games, go PS4. If you want a media center, buy Xbox One.
I don't trust Xbox to be a good media center.
I like it. It's really good, actually.
Like I tried to use some of like the media features on the 360 and it was awful. Like it could not handle anything.
You know what?
No, but
Do you know why the media centers on both Xbox One and PS4 don't work? Because no one uses those systems to store all their media.
no,
Everyone else has something else that they do with their media other than those systems.
And you can't spare the space.
There's probably a few dudes who are like, yeah, I got all my music and movies on my Xbox. but that's very low number, I think. I would imagine, right?
It's
don't
like
think
one of those
anyone's
features
ever
that are
said
only
that.
there so people can't complain that they're not there.
Most
even though
people
they
use
don't use them.
most people use iTunes.
Yeah, like for to import your stuff, like if you have digitals of your music already, you can just literally import the file into iTunes. To do that on Xbox, you can't import a file, you have to rip the CD. So you actually have to put it in the CD, go rip, and fill in the missing metadata if there is.
I
And
did
then-
have music on my 360 though.
Yeah, I do too. I've certain albums, like I like listening to whole albums. So if there's an album that I like from beginning to end, I usually like to put that on. So I have a few of those imported on my Xbox, but I had to put in the disc.
Yeah.
I had to tell what the album was, each track, and I had to play through it in order to import it.
Now, it's
like I
different now,
couldn't
though,
just give
right?
it digitals and say take it.
Yeah, like I've got my old an old iPod Nano hooked up to my Xbox just permanently. I've got
Yeah.
and like, well, that sounds like it would be a good idea because you can just shuffle all these songs. It doesn't work because the 360 can only read like the first 90 songs out of like 700 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll just shuffle those first 90 songs that are like alphabetized between like A and C.
And because I don't know if it's on part of the iPhone,
AC/DC.
but Windows and Xbox see the iPhone not as a phone or a MP3 player, it sees it as a camera.
Yeah.
Like it's listed, this device is a digital camera, so you can only see the pictures on the Xbox. Like you can only browse the photos. You can't browse any media on your iPhone.
Now, a quick question though. Like we're talking about iTunes, whatever, but with Xbox Music is Xbox Music not like iTunes? The new Xbox Music stuff.
It is, but like if you already have your stuff on iTunes, you're not going to switch over to your Xbox.
Yeah.
No, but ultimately what I'm saying is like, say for example, because like, okay, Apple does not have a console for one, right?
Yeah.
They
course.
technically do.
The
Not a game
iPod,
console.
like iPod Touch and like the iPad and iPhone.
No. But when you're saying console,
I mean like a game console.
okay, they don't have a game console, but they do have a media console, the
So
Apple
assuming-
TV.
Yes, there you go.
Assuming that. So what I'm saying is, ultimately, when you have it on iTunes, you have the raw files. You could essentially just quickly import it on Xbox Music on your, if you have a Windows phone or something, and then you can, in theory, have it on your Xbox. Because ultimately, another thing, if you have SkyDrive, when you take pictures on your phone, on Windows Phone, I don't know if it does on all of them, but it throws the photos onto SkyDrive. SkyDrive is on Xbox. If you want to show like your vacation photos, you can show them immediately on your Xbox.
Yeah, but you can also do that on a PlayStation. You can literally just dump them onto a thumb drive and just throw it into an Xbox One, 360, PS3, or PS4, and just browse the drive.
But the point is, that's the old way of doing it. The new way is just take a picture. It's there. It's now everywhere, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like when they do Xbox Video or Xbox Music, they're trying to like make it a home. Oh, what's the term?
Media center.
No. Like when you try to, when you get a brand name.
Ecosystem?
No, when I think of the term, it's an actual marketing term. The thing, like they're trying to impede on a market which they've already lost at. If they want to be smart about this, and they should strike a deal because they clearly the iTunes start off. Well, they don't start off, but they started pretty early on Windows. They should work to get iTunes on the Xbox OS, because I would use that if my Xbox One had iTunes. And I could literally just say, go to my iTunes library and stream it, or just download it, or take everything and dump it onto my Xbox hard drive. I would use that.
Now, may I say something to that respect? I don't know if Xbox One does this. I know PS3 does this, but you can mount network shares. So in theory, you share your iTunes folder where it gets downloaded to, and then your console sees it and streams it.
Yes, Xbox 360 can do that. But the problem is, though, the way that the iTunes organizes the folders, they're not named properly. Like a lot of times, they could be, tracks could be separated into different folders, or if you import your own music, there's like unknown album, unknown artist, unknown song. So you literally have like track one that belongs to different artists. It sees the files, it doesn't see the actual program.
Okay, fair enough.
Like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, we're over time, but since it's our last show, I think we'll go a little bit over because I really want to get to that list of games you got there, Marty. So take us back to 2013. List off some of the big games on there, and we'll reminisce about them, I guess.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
That's why I said it.
All right. Take it these are all just the major games that were released.
Yep.
Through January, we got the new DMC, Devil May
You could
Cry.
have skipped that one.
Did not play that.
Naughty Bear, Double Trouble. What?
No, I said name the big ones.
Uh,
Please
go
at
through-
your,
just go through
Start
them all.
from the
at
top.
your discretion, please list the best game.
at my discretion.
The Marty filter.
Okay, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Okay, that's a big game, but I've not played it.
Yep, I'm out.
Dead Space 3. People have played this in the
I
room.
played it a little bit, but definitely not as hooked as I was the first few games because basically it was an action game.
For me, I usually buy a game and sit on it. That was one of the few games I literally bought it, went home, unwrapped it, and popped it in and played it through.
You never do that.
I know.
I have a
That's
question.
when-
I have a question about the other one because me and Aaron played co-op. Is there a different story for the single player?
No, the exact same story. So what happens between single player and co-op is same story, but
Does that guy follow you in the single player?
he comes in and out at appropriate cutscenes, but it's drop in and out. So like if you're walking down a hallway and then you decide to come in as co-op, like what's his name, Carver?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll just like come out of a random door, be like, all right, I guess I'm gonna hang out with you for a bit, and then you guys start co-op, and then when you drop out, he just says, all right, I'm gonna go this way, and goes through a door which you cannot go through. But the story, the cutscenes will always play out the same, but you as Carver will see different things because you guys are both going insane in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like that one mission you and I did, Ryan.
That was
where-
the coolest mission, actually.
yeah, so like what happens is if like Isaac will maybe be walking into a room, so with Carver, you guys will both be watching the same room, but you guys will see different things. Like there's like giant Christmas gifts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
Big. I'm
we
like,
were
what's-
going through, and Ryan just kept going like, "There's presents everywhere,"
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
and I'm walking past. There's just like coffins.
Yeah.
They're just like human
Oh, that
remains
sounds
not
so
open,
cool.
and
Yeah.
I'd just be like, "What are you talking
The entire
about?"
place
Ryan?
is dressed up like it's a party, and I was like, "Man, this is ridiculous."
Stuff like that does not happen if you're just playing by yourself.
That's pretty cool.
But and then there's also like side missions. There's also co-op side missions. So like you can side missions can be done with you or if you have your co-op partner. If you have your co-op partner, there's other missions you can only do with co-op. But
Okay, what's next, Marty?
All right, these 3 games in February had a lot of hype behind them. I don't know if they made a biggest splash as people thought they were going to. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance,
Oh man,
Aliens, Colonial Marines. Is that how you say it?
Colonial
Colonial.
Marine.
Was it Colonial? And Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time.
Yeah, you're right. Those games. Yeah, people.
A lot of hype behind them. Nothing really.
Colonial
happened with
Marines
them.
was bad though.
For Metal Gear Revengeance, like it just didn't interest me because it's not the classic Metal Gear playstyle. But people who are a fan of those character action games loved that game. Like it was a well-made game for that style of game.
But no one likes Raiden either.
I mean,
what
like,
was the
they-
style? What was the
It
genre?
was a
game?
hack and slash.
Yeah, it was like you have like your sword and you it's like one of those games where like you kill people and then you'll unlock like you can unlock new moves and new
It's like,
Okay.
it's like the classic Japanese hack and slash.
So it's pretty much like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because like
I guess it's a little more over the top.
okay.
Was a Platinum Games make that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear Platinum Games usually makes pretty good.
Now, one of the funniest criticisms was that it takes Snake so much work to take down a Metal Gear, and there's Ryan just slicing through them, just like chopping them down. So,
He's the new hotness. Snake's the old busted.
oh,
Is that a Men in Black?
That was Men
reference?
in Black.
Oh, okay. Also, Crisis 3 came out in that month.
Oh, good.
it came out too soon after Crisis 2.
Yeah.
I played
ju-
that game a couple
yeah.
days ago.
Yeah,
I just
only
played
first-
Crisis 2 in the summer.
I only first played Crisis 2 like just like a week ago.
I guess March was the big month. You had Tomb Raider come out,
Yeah, love that. game.
Bioshock
Oh,
Infinite,
yeah.
and SimCity.
Oh,
Dude, Ryan was nice enough to gift me Tomb Raider
because
on
you have to
PC.
play that game.
It looked pretty nice on PC.
Yeah, the hair, right? You put the hair up to
The hair
max.
physics, yeah.
That's why I'm
max.
buying it the next gen version because I need that hair, man. Okay, continue, Marty.
Then we go
Ryan's
into
got a thing
April
for hair.
with
Oh, by the way, Bioshock Infinite is $10 on Steam right now.
on Amazon. It's like $15 for all 3 of them. I think
They have the pack on there as well.
it's like a crazy.
I
crazy
bought
deal.
the season pass. I forgot about that.
There you go.
on your console. For
Yeah,
Infinite. Is there more coming?
there's the challenge packs, then Burial at Sea 1.
Oh, there's another part to that, right?
Burial
Yeah,
at Sea
2's not out yet. April, Injustice: God Among Us.
You like that game, right?
I love that game. That's a great fighter and surprisingly awesome story. Dead Island Riptide came out. Matthew purchased that one.
That's damn good.
I still plan on buying that one.
That's damn good.
Did they fix the cutscenes?
Define fix the cutscenes.
Okay, because
Because they were really shoddy.
And it always bugged me in that game is you travel alone, right? If you're playing single player, you just pick one of the 4 characters. But in the cutscenes, there'll
They're all
be
there.
other characters with
No,
you.
all the characters there.
Or the dialogue will say, "You guys go this way," or "You guys come save us."
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just you.
Well, I think in this one, it's I don't know about all the cutscenes, but it's kind of fixed because, like, for example, it'll be like I'll go to the safe house and they'll be like, "Oh my god, like zombies keep attacking us, so we need to move out." So you'll go find another place or whatever, or like it'll be like we need to move out to the next like area, but we need to go through a tunnel, and then we find out that the tunnel's all flooded and blah blah blah. So the cutscene will show the survivors moving to the safe house that you just cleared out that's near the tunnel so that they can like start preparing tools to like pump out the water, for example. So it's like kind of fixed because they pull up. You know what I mean?
Oh. See, what bothers me about Riptide is they said it is not a sequel. They said they said it's not a sequel,
But it's just right after this.
but it literally takes place like the end of the
It
final
shows the
cutscene.
cutscene at the end.
Yeah,
at the
and
start
it literally
of
goes
Riptide.
into this game,
Yeah.
and it's literally just a continuation of the story. But they're not. It's not a sequel.
I think they say. I think it's because they're saying that it's supposed to be the same game.
Are they?
that angers me even more.
Are they the same guys that are making Dying Light?
Yes.
Yes,
Which
that
looks-
game
looks
looks
awesome.
Yeah,
But that's not a sequel, right?
no, it's a
okay.
different.
I didn't
different
think
So
so.
it
universe.
looks like what Dead Island should have been.
Yeah.
Didn't
Hey.
they take over the production of Saints Row as well?
Did
Yes.
they?
Deep
They
Sil-
bought it.
Yeah,
They
Deep
bought it.
Silver
Deep
worked
Silver.
on. It was Deep Silver. Right?
Yeah, it was Deep Silver.
Yes.
Yes, they bought Saints Row.
And a new
that-
Saints
that-
Row is coming out.
And that's why the 4th one's poop.
Yeah, I lost interest when they started going over the top.
4th one was too similar to the 3rd.
Yeah,
shouldn't be a
the second one
superhero.
was my favorite, but once they started adding like the sci-fi shit to it, I lost interest.
Did you like the 3rd one?
I didn't like it that
2
much.
was great.
Two, I was the peak of where it was at.
2 was like still like all like in quote unquote like gangster
Yeah,
scenes.
it was very like GTA like. But then with 3 they tried to set themselves apart by going really over the top, and I don't know, I just felt it wasn't as good.
Minecraft also came out in April for 360.
There you go.
They've sold like 10 million on
Holy
360, 13 million on PC. They've almost caught up, and then it launched on PS3 last Tuesday. So they've
Did it really?
made
They're working on transferring saves from your Xbox as well.
that'd be fantastic. Eh?
May and June was a good couple of months for the 3DS. Donkey Kong Country came out for it, as well as Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Now we're talking.
Also, Last of Us came out in June,
Oh,
as well as Remember Me.
don't just go past Last
I
of Us.
forget that game.
Don't just jump past Last
I'm
of
not
Us.
jumping past Last of Us.
I'm the only one who played it, so Matt played it.
Yeah,
Good game, right?
it was a very good game.
Good-
I did
good stuff.
shoot a giraffe in the ass.
Did it die?
It ran. They all started running.
Oh, I think that just happens.
No, like okay, so they're all walking at like a pace, and then
Wait,
and Ellie's,
Matt, you ruined the most beautiful
yeah,
scene
and
in that
Ellie's
game.
like, oh,
Matt's
cool.
not one for beauty.
So Ellie was like petting the spoiler alert, petting one of the giraffes, and then that giraffe like moved on, and then there was like a pack of them. So I pulled out a rifle and shot one in the ass, and they all
Yeah.
started like
Or
running
like
away.
Kings tonight.
No, wait, it's a spoiler because that is like one of the most beautiful scenes in video games in the last like 10 years. It is
And I
fantastic.
ruined it.
Way to go, man.
When I played that scene, I did not want that scene to end. I just wanted to stand there and just
I've had a few of
Stay
those.
there.
There was one
Right.
scene in Infinite I didn't want to end
The
when she's dancing.
We've all played it.
oh
on
no
the
no
beach.
Yeah, on the beach.
in Infinite it was the rapture scene.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to leave.
I did not want to leave. Like as soon as I go up those stairs and go down the hallway, they're gonna.
But I know what
they're
you
gonna
mean
take 'em.
about what's her name again?
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. When she's dancing on the beach, and it's like
Yeah.
her first like taste of freedom, and
And you
she's
have to
like
stop her from
enjoying it
dancing.
so much, you have to take her away from that. Yeah, that was another
Yeah.
kind of didn't want to do that. Anyway, remember me? You mentioned remember me?
Yeah,
I played that.
I mentioned it because you played it.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Better than what the critics said, but still not worthy of a buy.
Okay, July
Harsh
saw,
words from
July
Ryan
saw the release of the Smurfs 2.
I don't want to talk.
Were we talking about gaming still?
Yeah. Civ 5.
What? Oh.
Civ 5.
Civ 5? The expansion.
Yeah, Brave New World.
Yeah, okay.
Moving into August, we get Pikmin 3 for the Wii U. We get Mario and Luigi Dream Team, another great 3DS game. Saints Row 4, Disney Infinity, Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is actually a pretty awesome game.
I'm still super butthurt that Michael Ironside doesn't voice Sam Fisher.
So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure I saw
man.
the new guy at Fan Expo.
Oh, I wouldn't want his autograph.
Jesus.
Did anybody play The Bureau?
No, but I was super interested in it.
The
Just because it takes
Not
place in
interested
the
enough, I guess.
it takes place in the 60s and like it's all like that kind of like FBI kind of deal.
The what?
The Bureau,
even know what it's
XCOM. XCOM. the Bureau.
Oh yeah, okay.
Got bad reviews though, and it's like a tactical shooter, right? Like you gotta manage your troops and stuff. And
Yeah, I don't know if that's the kind of game style I would enjoy.
Yeah,
and like,
so-
I could see some people liking it, but I don't know.
If it was
It
just like,
doesn't seem like a console gamer kind of game.
if
What
it,
was
if it was
the
just
other
a shooter in the
XCOM game?
60s,
Is
then
Enemy
you're-
Unknown?
Enemy Unknown.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Sean went batshit crazy over that. Like he would spend like 13 hours at a time just playing that game.
that one's the better of the two. Yeah.
Moving past August into September, we got Rayman Legends finally being released.
Good stuff.
Killzone Mercenary, you guys played
stuff.
that. What'd you guys think?
Best shooter on the Vita
Yes.
out of 3.
The Wonderful 101, another great game for the Wii U, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
There you go.
That's
playing
another
that.
one I still got to
Very
start.
disappointed in one game of the year.
You wanted Last of Us.
Not
to
that the
win.
VGX means anything, but
I had like a lot of good things to say about GTA when playing single player, but then as soon as the online came out, that's when it started to frustrate me. That's when like I noticed all like the small things that were not that great.
also I
Yeah.
just get bored. Everyone else like I've heard multiple people say I love just screwing around in this world. I get bored of that. And then we do the missions, and we've played them all already, and then I'm like bored again.
Yeah, Tim and I did that for like 4 hours last night. We were just fucking around.
I can't do that. I need something to do.
We were just grabbing, like, going into the prison, getting 4 stars for going to the prison, then driving out. Right beside there's a wind farm, and all the helicopters come chase us in the wind farm. So you just see, like, helicopter parts flying around because they're getting friggin' nailed by all the wind farms.
October, we got Beyond Two Souls.
Ugh.
Mixed reviews. Like-
There was a lot of excitement for that game, and then it turned out to be not the game we thought it was, and it kind of just disappeared after that, eh?
Yeah, I think it thought it was better than it was.
I
Yeah.
think their budget was too big for what they were trying to make.
It kind of shit the bed.
I enjoyed it, though.
It was good. It's just I liked Heavy Rain more.
Yeah.
Pokemon X and Y, big game. Lego Marvel Superheroes, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Angry Birds Star Wars
On the console.
on
Oh
the
my
console.
God.
That's
$60?
a
Is that-
$60 game. On
On next gen, man.
next gen.
Look at those birds. They're so nice. So just looks
There's
so good.
Star Wars Angry Birds 2 free on iOS.
Free. Jesus.
Yeah.
And Batman.
It went free today.
Batman Arkham Origins also coming out in October. And November, we got Call of Duty Ghosts, Need for Speed
Call of
Rivals.
Duty.
Oh, South Park. That's inaccurate. Watchdog. Why is Watch Dogs on this list?
Must be an old list.
Yeah.
Tearaway
Yes.
for the Vita.
Yes.
I wanted to buy that a couple times. Should I buy it?
I'd say so.
It's hard to say. I can't
Oh,
recommend.
it's Matt. Never
for
mind.
me, for me, yeah.
I can't recommend games for you, Matt.
Yeah, it's bad because I like sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, let's play this game," and I'll be playing. I'll be like,
You'll hate
why do
things
I-"
for the smallest reasons.
I'm not as bad as Nate.
Although, Matt, wait, I got some news for you.
it up.
I just got an email from Sony. It says Tearaway is $17.99 right now,
Digitally,
digitally.
okay.
I would recommend it. It's
Did you like Little Big Planet?
No,
don't get it.
Don't get it then.
there you go. Hold the phone. I liked it, and then after like the first 3 levels, I was like, "Nah, pretty bored."
Tearaway is just instantly adorable. It's
It's a game meant for Vita too. It takes advantage of everything Vita has to offer.
See, I'm kind of interested in that, more from a feature standpoint.
you're the sun.
Like, I don't know if I want this now.
Do it.
You're the sun.
Is there a demo? A trial?
You can play mine.
All right.
So that was 2013. A lot of sequels.
Good
I
stuff,
noticed
though,
going
eh?
through that list, there was a lot of 2s and 3s at the end of all
You
the
missed
titles.
Dead Rising 3?
I noticed that
Yeah, I did.
a lot of like the big reviewers have been saying that 2013 wasn't full of a lot of good games, but it had a few great games, and it kind of balanced out that way.
Like Tomb
It
Raider.
was quality over
Quality
quantity.
was up there. It was just few and far between.
Yeah,
More quality than quantity.
yeah, because like we started the year with Bioshock Infinite, and then midway through we had Last of Us, and then at the end we had GTA. So it was kind of 3 big old, huge games, you know.
GTA is amazing. Still play it.
Oh, play Gone Home, do it up. Play Gone Home, Aaron,
Gone home.
do it.
It's on sale right now.
It's $10, Steam, do it. Get your
Steam doesn't accept my money.
get your PayPal out or
I
whatever.
try to use my PayPal, and it's like, whoa, I don't know how to do this. Won't accept it.
Yeah, I won't accept
Because
your
PayPal sucks.
Xbox don't do it either. Would you like to pay with PayPal? Yes. Sorry, can't do that.
Yo, clearly something's wrong with your PayPal.
But I've got it. I can get my PayPal to work on GOG.com.
What
Yeah.
the frick? Oh, GOG, and I said dog. Okay,
GOG.
sorry.
Yes. I like to buy animal toys. GOG.com.
Thank you.
All your shopping pet needs. Dog.com.
Dog collars.
But yeah, like I've got it to work on other things. It's just I think what's Steam. This whole problem with Steam was it was
It's sorry, it's just hilarious. Like something as simple as PayPal doesn't work for you. I'm sorry.
nothing works for me. Every time I
Yeah,
try.
but Matt, nothing works for you.
I'm
either.
afraid to invest in new technology all the time because new technology is expensive. But I
And it's
also
fun.
nothing ever works for me, so I don't want to drop money on things that don't work. But it happens anyways.
All right, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening throughout the year. If you stuck with us, we
They
have
have.
And if you haven't, screw you.
Jesus.
remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Share with all your friends.
Share with your
All
friends.
of them.
Yeah.
Send it to them as a Christmas gift.
And we are so close to being on iTunes. I know we said this maybe 3 months ago,
Wait,
4 months ago.
We have it technically working. We're just trying to upload everything.
We're on
And
the
our
cusp.
internet connection, as
The
we
tip
said,
is in.
slow.
2014 will be on iTunes.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. We have some pretty big plans for the coming year. So we're stepping it up a notch. So thanks for listening. Thank you, Adriano, for providing all the links. The show is not actually possible without you. And thanks for stopping by, Aaron.
No problem. This is
Okay.
my present.
This is your present. Yes, your presence as a present, as I said.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you next year. Oh yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yep.
Whatever you may be celebrating these
Good stuff.
holidays.
Good stuff. Thanks. Bye.